What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna go over all of the decks that I think you should be playing to climb the ladder really fast. Now we don't have that much time until this format is over and Mega Pokemon start seeing the ladder. So that being said, the whole point of these decks is to get you in and out of games as fast as possible, and not only that, your win streaks will outshine your lose streaks no matter how you look at it. You don't want to sit there and play a 10-minute game, 5-minute game with Suicune or Darktina. So these decks right here are specifically designed to make you climb the ladder, hit Master Ball, hit Ultra Ball, whatever, or get into the rank top 1000. But we're gonna go over all this and I'm gonna show you some gameplay at the end of this video. Alright, so the first deck I'm going to talk about is Daycare. This Daycare deck is really consistent. We play the 5 babies and we play Smoochum and Double Tyrogue. Basically, Smoochum could just come in and finish off Guzzlords, could finish off Giratinas, or any Pokemon that just technically has a lot of energies and could deal with Oricorio as well. Not only that, we are playing Tyrogue. Tyrogue handles, really good against the electric matchups. And not only that, there are times where your opponent can brick, especially if you're playing the mirror match, where they only have like one baby Pokemon. And as long as you have Darkrai or Geo, you could just like steal the game. Like, it's insane. But not only that, Tyrogue just does 40 damage on Ori and basically any electric types, and it's just good overall to like chip damage. So you can set up with Arceus, Snorlax, or Darkrai. It's just always a good all-around type of card. And then we have Darkrai. Darkrai is very strong in this. It acts basically as 2 more additional reds by just attaching an energy. That's what we mainly want to use it, but there will be times where we will be forced to use it as an attacker. But it plays well into Espeon. You have been seeing a lot of Espeon on the ladder here and there. But that being said, one of the best Pokemons to lead out with against Suicune is Snorlax. Snorlax EX just is bulky, right? And not only that, you don't depend on filling up your bench, and because of that, it has a slight advantage. And not only that, you're doing 130 damage and 150 with Darkrai on the board, but it's just really strong. You're healing 20 HP every single turn, so it's just the GOAT. Next up, we have Arceus. Arceus is 3 energy attack, and basically it's really easy to get this Pokemon off. And certain situations, like in the Suicune matchup, if they start off with Giratina or start off with Froakie, you could definitely start charging up the Arceus. If you see them start off with Suicune, I would suggest going for Snorlax, and that's how basically it in that matchup. And overall, 130 damage is nothing to laugh about. If you're not playing against Suicune decks, you can fill up your board, recklessly, but don't do it recklessly. Obviously, you want a Darkrai, so make sure you have the Darkrai before you fill out. But there will be times where you have to fill it out regardless, so you can get certain guaranteed kills on certain Pokemon. Of course, you gotta play your double research. We are not playing any Pokeballs whatsoever because every draw in this deck is basically a Pokeball. And then we play 2 Giovannis and 1 red. So the Giovannis, play really well into Oricorio and basically hit any Pokemon that's 140 in the Darktina matchup, hits against the perfect numbers against Darkrai, against Suicune, hits Suicune, and against the mirror match, it hits Arceus. So Geo's like the perfect number, and then you got red to push, all these capes or anything that's like, super high in HP, whether it be Giratina as well. And then we have Repel, another thing you could use to, deal with Oricorio running around. Again, Oricorio is definitely being super popular in the format, so this is why we are running these certain cards. Next up, I want to talk about Flareon EX. This deck is really strong. It gets you in and out of matches, and you're just pushing for 130 damage. It is really strong. it gets you in and out of matches, and you're just pushing for 130 damage real quick. You have Magby to boost up your energy ramping, and not only that, you have Combust, which you could use every single turn, and you can heal yourself with Eevee Bag, but mainly we'll be using Eevee Bag and Red to like finish games. You want to be hitting for 140 or 150. Eevee Bag has the same concept as Geo, but the thing is, it's not a supporter, and you could heal with the card, so it's really good in this metagame right now. And then after using Flareon, Baby Flareon is good for Oricorios. Like I mentioned before, there's so many Oricorios running around, so 110 damage is pretty good. Not only that, 110 damage does perfect damage on Silvally, so it's very clutch to have, and they can't really kill you because you have 120 HP and they can only do 100 damage on you, because it's not like Red could work on Flareon. So the Flareon is very good in these certain matchups, and you know, if they end up killing it, they only take 1 point from that. So we play Sylveon, 1 Sylveon for consistency, so we could see all of our cards, 2 Find a Friend EVs, and 2 EVXs, because, you know, you need the names, and then double Red, double Oak, double Pokeball, and 1 Repel. Again, you could use Repel for anything, you know, to push out for an EX Pokemon and push for game, or to get Oricorio out of the field and push for game. So it's just very good in this metagame because there are so many basic Pokemon being let out. The last deck I want to bring up is Guzzlord, because let's just be real, it plays well into Suicune, and really doesn't really have a bad matchup against almost every deck. But that being said, you know, once you're in an overwhelming winning position with this deck, like, your opponent can't really do anything, right? They usually hit the concede button. But that being said, you know, Guzzlord with Grindcore just, you know, slows down your opponent. You play cards like Will, and you play a lot of healing in this deck. So, you know, you have potions, and Pokemon Center Lady, 170 HP is nothing to laugh at. And once you equip this with Rocky Helmet gives Oricorio a lot of trouble, gives time to, you know, set up with Celesteela, basically putting the Oricorio on the timer, and basically, you know, you could just stack your Guzzlords and draw all your Lucamines. That being said, you definitely play your 2 Pokeballs because you want to find all your pieces, and Professor's Research, of course, and then you have Cyrus, Red, and Mars, the 3 staple cards in almost every single deck. Double Repel just for the Oricorios. You definitely want to get rid of the Oricorios, and, you know, the 2 potions like we mentioned. Like, this deck is really good, and right now what I'm going to do is show you some gameplay from Daycare, because that's one of the decks I've been playing a lot and I've been seeing a lot of success with, and we'll see you next time. Pull it out, put switch here. What are we doing? Playing against water, we're going second. I'm playing 2 because we don't want to get Mars and lose something. If we have to go Arceus, we go Arceus. If I preferably want to go with Snorlax if we can. I'm so glad I could pivot out of this shit. This is crazy. Draw 2. Where's some music? Oh, nah, we're cooked. I'm just gonna put this here. What are we doing? We are powering up Arceus because this is our only option, unfortunately, but hopefully he doesn't hit Curve Greninja. Curve Greninja could be a problem. I'm so glad that this is a phone game, right? Because we could play this shit on... You know what would be ideal? Is getting a tablet and having the tablet resolution. You know what I'm saying? 30%? Yeah. I'm on 30%. I don't know about y'all, chat, but we're kind of cooked. Unfortunately, I do not have the... What do I do here? He'll probably give me Froakie. I'm just gonna play it aggressively because we don't have access to Darkrai. And I'm gonna save the open slot for something else. He has 80 on the board. He has to drop like 2 Pokemon to KO me. If not, it's GG's. We don't have access to our Geo or Red card, unfortunately, to knock this out. But if we live and we top deck any of our 4, actually, yeah, 5 win conditions, we win. Maybe he gave us a win condition. Yeah, that's one of them. That's 2 win conditions. So if we whip, GG's. G fucking G's. He gave us a win condition. I appreciate you, brother. Solid. Thank you, NBA. Fuck, where did my Twitch go? We're going first, so we're not gonna overcommit to the field. He's starting off with Giratina. If we could get Arceus, I'll be down to start with Arceus. Yeah, I'm gonna build just to have everything. Just gotta build to have everything here. Also, do me a solid, if you guys are on the YouTube side, make sure to like the stream or sub to the channel. If you guys are enjoying the content. Of course, of course. Alright, so he definitely has access to Darkrai, which is unfortunate, but I mean, we get to at least push with Daycare. We'll have 3 energy by now. See, going second, we could hit like perfect numbers. We have Geo too, but that's not gonna be enough. I mean, we're not gonna be ready until... That doesn't matter. I think we just, the priority is to get Snorlax ready. And it will sacrifice one of the Mons. We just get red carded? Let's go! He red carded me to red? Thanks for the assist, bro. Thanks for the assist. We needed that. Hitting me with the assist is crazy. He just conceded. Because he's just like way too far behind to even compete with us. Water. That's fine. Hopefully he doesn't get the optimal start. Yeah, that's not the optimal start. So Suicune, I mean... Arceus would be ideal in this situation because we could push faster. Yo, thank you for the sub. I appreciate you. Or follow. I could play this. I'll hold it. I could play Tyrogue. I hit if that's his only Pokemon. Because the charging shouldn't matter here. Should it? Yeah, I think it matters. So yeah, ideally he actually just like bricked. Damn, we could have won the game. We could have won the game here. Fuck. We literally could have won the game. If I went with my gut instinct, we could have won the game. That's crazy to think about that. If we just went like aggro overall. Oh god, he better not have Cyrus. He gets to attack, right? Alright, we win these. GG's. Appreciate you, King 2010.